Hey friends, welcome back to the channel. If you're one of the millions of Americans who depend on Social Security, SSI, SSDI, or VA benefits just to keep a roof over your head and food on the table, you've probably heard the news about the government shutdown, and maybe you're feeling worried. With all the noise coming from Washington, it's completely understandable to feel anxious about whether your check will still arrive on time this month. The federal government officially entered a partial shutdown after Congress failed to pass a funding deal by the October 1st deadline. That kind of headline can send shockwaves through every household that depends on consistent monthly payments to survive. But let's clear things up right now. Your Social Security benefits are safe. Yes, even during this government shutdown, your payments will still go out on time. The Social Security Administration has confirmed that benefits will continue without interruption. And for millions of seniors who count on that deposit every month, that's a huge relief. Now, before we dive into all the details, let me quickly introduce this channel. Welcome to Truth Lens, where we break through the confusion and get to the heart of what really matters to everyday Americans, and especially our seniors who have worked hard, paid into the system their entire lives, and deserve financial peace in their retirement years. At Truth Lens, we tell it like it is. No political spin, no scare tactics, just facts, clarity, and compassion for the people who need this information most. Because let's face it, when you're trying to stretch every dollar to cover rent, groceries, and medical bills, uncertainty is the last thing you need. Now, here's what's actually happening. Even though many government agencies have shut down or reduced their operations, Social Security checks will still go out. That includes retirement benefits, disability payments, SSDI, and supplemental security income, SSI. The Social Security Administration made an official statement reassuring everyone that payments to all people who currently receive Social Security benefits and supplemental security income will continue with no change in payment dates. That's right. Your money is still coming. You will still get your payment on your regular date, just like usual. However, this doesn't mean everything is business as usual. While payments will continue, local Social Security offices are now operating with reduced staff and limited services. That means if you go in person, you can still do certain important things like applying for new benefits, appealing a decision, reporting a death, updating your direct deposit information, requesting a replacement card, or resolving issues related to your living situation or income if you're an SSI recipient. But some services have been temporarily suspended during the shutdown. Things like obtaining benefit proof letters, requesting a replacement Medicare card, or updating your earnings record are on hold until full funding is restored. If you need the most current updates on how the shutdown might affect Social Security services, you can visit the official SSA website at ssa.gov/agency/shutdown, which will post ongoing information throughout the duration of the shutdown. But remember, even if you can't reach someone easily at your local office or by phone, your benefit payments are still being processed and will be deposited as scheduled. Now, let's talk about when you'll get your payment, because your exact date depends on your birth date and the type of benefit you receive. Here's the breakdown. If your birthday falls between the 1st and the 10th of the month, you'll get your check on the second Wednesday of every month. If your birthday is between the 11th and the 20th, you'll be paid on the third Wednesday. And if your birthday falls between the 21st and the 31st, your payment will arrive on the fourth Wednesday of the month. There are a few exceptions to that rule. If you've been receiving Social Security benefits since before May 1997, or if you receive both Social Security and SSI, your payments come earlier in the month. In those cases, SSI payments are sent on the first of the month, and Social Security benefits usually arrive a few days later on the third. This schedule hasn't changed because of the shutdown, and the SSA's official 2025 payment calendar is still available online for you to check anytime. And now, many of you have asked how much you should expect to receive each month, especially with the cost of living increase this year. The maximum possible retirement benefit for 2025 is currently $5,108 per month, but that's the very top tier. Most retirees receive far less. The average monthly benefit for retired workers sits around $2,008.31, according to the latest data. The amount you receive depends on when you started collecting benefits and how much you earned during your working years. For example, if you retired at age 62, your maximum benefit this year is $2,831. If you waited until full retirement age, 67, that rises to $4,018. And if you held out until age 70, you hit that top maximum of $5,108. You may have noticed a slight bump in your payments earlier this year. That's thanks to the 2.5% cost of living adjustment COLA for 2025. It wasn't a huge increase, but for many, it helped offset at least a bit of the rising prices at the grocery store or pharmacy. That 2.5% increase translates to roughly an extra $50 a month for the average retiree. While it's one of the smaller COLAs we've seen in recent years, one of the lowest since 2020, when it was just 1.3%, it's right in line with the long-term average of around 2.6%. These adjustments are calculated every year using the Consumer Price Index for urban wage earners and clerical workers, CPIW, which measures inflation during July, August, and September. So even in times of political gridlock or shutdowns, the formula for determining your annual COLA stays the same. Now, here's something that's been quietly causing concern for many seniors. And it's not directly tied to the shutdown, but it's happening at the same time. The Social Security Administration has begun withholding part of monthly benefits from people who were previously overpaid. Overpayments happen when the SSA sends more money than someone was eligible for, often because of outdated income or living situation information. And now the agency has started withholding up to 50% of monthly benefits to recover those overpayments. This can hit hard, especially for seniors already living on a tight budget. Imagine expecting your usual $1,500 check only to receive half that amount because of an old error you may not have even known about. During the pandemic, the SSA paused these collections and then reinstated them at just 10% last year. But earlier this year, they announced plans to increase the withholding rate to 100%, meaning they could take your entire monthly benefit until the overpayment is fully repaid. After widespread backlash, those plans were scaled back, but the 50% rule is now in effect, and that's leaving many seniors struggling to pay their basic bills. If this sounds unfair to you, you're not alone. Millions of Americans are in the same position, trying to stretch every penny and feeling like the system they paid into their whole lives keeps finding new ways to take from them. The truth is, most people on Social Security aren't living luxuriously. They're surviving. They're choosing between heat or medicine, groceries or gas. And that's why even a small change, a delayed payment, or an unexpected deduction can cause so much stress. And the good news is that even in the middle of this government shutdown, your benefits are protected. The Social Security Trust Fund isn't directly tied to Congress's annual spending bills, which means payments will continue to flow. But what this situation does highlight is just how fragile things can feel for seniors who rely on this income to make ends meet. To everyone watching this who's feeling the weight of rising prices, unexpected deductions, and government uncertainty, please know this: you are not forgotten. Here on Truth Lens, we see you. We see the seniors who worked 40 or 50 years paying into a system that promised stability in retirement, only to now face higher costs and endless confusion. We see the veterans who served this nation now struggling to navigate endless paperwork just to get what they've earned. And we see the millions of Americans who depend on these payments, not for luxury, but for survival. So yes, the government may be in a partial shutdown. Yes, offices might be slower to respond, but your benefits are safe, your check will come, and you still have a right to every dollar you've earned. Stay strong, stay informed, and don't lose faith in your resilience. You faced harder times and come through them before, and together we'll get through this one too. This is Truth Lens reminding you that your voice matters, your story